Your team built a content library 2 years ago, 18 months of tagging, a 6-figure DAM contract, an onboarding deck, the whole thing. And every time an editor needs an asset, they open the library, search for 10 seconds, give up, and go back to scrubbing the timeline of the original keystone. The library exists. Nobody trusts it. Hi, I'm Asher, and you're listening to Content is Currency. Last episode, I told you the bank is the asset. Today, I'm going to show you the library where the bank actually lives, the 3 reasons every enterprise version of it dies, and the 4-rule system that keeps yours useful for years. Quick note before we start. This is library hygiene, not DAM procurement. Pick whatever software you like. The rules are what matter. Let's go. Here is what is actually happening when your editor opens the library. They are looking for a clip of the CEO explaining the new pricing tier. They search pricing. They get 300 results, half of which are decks, none of which are tagged with a timecode. They search CEO. They get 900 results, every fireside chat from the last 4 years. They search the campaign name. The campaign is 6 months old, and someone changed how it's tagged, and now half the assets are under the old name and half under the new one. So they close the library and open the original 60-minute premiere file. Again, the library is not failing because the assets are missing. It is failing because nothing in it can be found in the 10 seconds an editor is willing to spend looking. Picture a master chef's mise en place at the start of a service. Every container is labeled. Diced onions for the soup station, brunoise carrots for the garnish, or toro portions for the sashimi pass. The labels do not say where the ingredient came from. They say what it is for, where it is going next, and how long it is good for. Now picture a home cook's junk drawer. Everything is in there technically. A screwdriver, 3 takeout menus, 4 batteries, a single chopstick. You could find what you needed in 5 minutes if you took everything out and sorted through it. So you do not. You buy a new screwdriver. A master kitchen labels by use. A junk drawer labels by source. Most content libraries are junk drawers with a $250,000 invoice. Why does every team end up with the junk drawer? 3 reasons, all of them rational in isolation. 1, the assets get tagged by source. The shoot date, the project code, the speaker, the location. All of that is true and easy to fill in and completely useless when an editor is looking for footage that will work for next week's LinkedIn carousel. 2, there is no retrieval test. Nobody, before adding a clip, asks the one question that matters. Can the next editor find this in 10 seconds when they need it? So things get filed correctly and never get found. 3, nobody owns deletion. Every asset that has ever entered the library is still in there, including 6 versions of a launch video that nobody can identify. The library grows forever. Trust in the library shrinks at the same rate. Here is the system, and it is 4 rules that fit on one page. Rule 1, tag by use, not by source. Every asset enters the library tagged for the platform, format, and pipeline stage it serves. Rule 2, run the retrieval test before anything is filed. A second pair of eyes tries to find the asset cold, using only the tags, in 10 seconds. If they cannot, the tags get rewritten before the asset goes in. Rule 3, appoint a pruner. 1 person owns deletion. Anything that has not been pulled in 90 days gets archived to cold storage, where it survives if needed and stops cluttering search. Rule 4, 1 taxonomy, 1 owner. The tag vocabulary lives on a single page. Nobody invents a new tag without the owner approving it. 4 rules. 1 page, a library that gets used. Rule 1 is the one nobody gets right. Tag by use, not by source. The lazy tagging is by where the asset came from. Shoot date, project code, speaker, location. None of that helps an editor on Monday morning looking for something to ship by Friday. Tag by use means every asset enters the library with 3 things on it: the platform it is built for, a vertical short, a horizontal carousel still, a podcast pull. The format spec it satisfies: 9x16, 1x1, 16 by 9. And the stage of the pipeline it serves: raw bank material, edit ready clip, finished cut. An editor searching for a vertical 9x16 edit ready clip with the new pricing claim gets exactly that. Not 300 decks. The asset's job is the tag. Rule 2 is the one that makes the library trustworthy: the retrieval test. Before any asset gets filed, a second person who did not tag it has to find it cold, using only the tags in 10 seconds. If they cannot, the tags are not good enough, and they get rewritten on the spot. This sounds slow. It is not. It takes 30 seconds at the time of filing, and it saves the editor 20 minutes on every later pull. More importantly, the editor learns over weeks that the library actually returns what they search for. That trust is the whole game. A library nobody trusts is a graveyard. A library nobody can break is the place every cut starts from. The test is what keeps the library on the trustworthy side of that line. Rules 3 and 4 close the loop. Rule 3 is the pruner. One named person owns deletion. Anything in the library that has not been pulled in 90 days drops into a cold storage archive. Not deleted, archived. The original is still there if you ever need it, and it stops appearing in everyday search. The library stays small enough to scan. Rule 4 is the owner of the taxonomy. The tag vocabulary lives on a single page, written down. Nobody invents a new tag without that owner approving it. Without an owner, every team adds their own tags. The vocabulary doubles every quarter, and the search results collapse back into noise. The pruner stops the library from drowning in old stuff. The taxonomy owner stops it from drowning in new vocabulary. You can stand this up in 1 week. Day 1, write the taxonomy on 1 page. 3 categories: platform, format, stage. List the allowed values under each. Pin it. Day 2, name the owner of the taxonomy and the pruner. They can be the same person on a small team. Day 3, run the retrieval test on the next 10 assets your team files. Rewrite the tags until they pass. Day 4, walk the existing library. Anything older than 90 days and unpulled, move to cold storage. Day 5, brief the team in 1 meeting. Show them the page. Show them the retrieval test. Watch the next editor open the library and find what they need in 10 seconds, and never go back to the timeline. Now go build the library. I'm Asher. This was Content is Currency from Table 8. We'll see you next episode.